Hello everyone, today I have come up with another beautiful story from this book, Like the Flowing River, and the story name is Believing in the Impossible. By the way, I have covered one more story from this book, and if you haven't gone through it, just go through it. There are so many good words and good vocabulary to learn, so kindly go through it if you haven't watched it. The most important reason for choosing this story, Believing in the Impossible, is motivating you learners. It may be impossible for some of you to learn English, to speak English fluently, but just imagine what seems impossible to you, and if you work towards it, you will achieve that impossible. This story is not only going to make you learn so many good words and phrases, but also motivate you to speak English and learn English daily. I'm so very excited for the video, so are you, right? So without wasting further time, let's get started. Now I'll be reading the lines one by one, and you can see the lines over here, and you can just jot it down whatever seems difficult to you and make a sentence using it in the comment section so that you remember it forever. The story goes like this. William Blake said, "What is now proved was once only imagined, and because of this we have the airplane, space flights, and the computer on which I am writing this." This is said by our author Paulo Coelho. He is saying that William Blake, if you don't know, he is an English poet, and he is just quoting William Blake that once he said that what is now proved was once only imagined. The author rightly said here that the airplanes, the computers, sometime back we thought it would be impossible to achieve these things, and it would be impossible to have something like aircraft where we would fly high. So if we have this power to imagine the impossible and work towards it, the impossible becomes possible. So hope you understood these lines. Now author says further, in Lewis Carroll's masterpiece Alice Through the Looking Glass, there is a dialogue between Alice and the White Queen, who has just said something utterly unbelievable. So he's quoting some author's masterpiece or writings, that is Alice Through the Looking Glass, in which there is a dialogue between Alice and the White Queen. Now here utterly means completely, that is utterly unbelievable, completely unbelievable. So Queen said something utterly unbelievable that was not believed by Alice. Now let's see what happens next. In the next line Alice says, "I can't believe that," said Alice. So here direct speech is used. You must be having the knowledge about direct and indirect. So what Alice said directly, it is written here. "I can't believe that," Alice said. Okay. So Queen says, "Can't you?" the Queen said in a pitying tone. So hearing Alice, Queen said in a pitying tone. Pity means showing sorrow or showing sad feeling for someone. And in this voice she said, "Can't you? Why can't you believe?" Queen said, "Try again. Draw a long breath and shut your eyes." Draw a long breath means take a long breath. Okay. So Alice says, "There's no use trying," she said. "One can't believe impossible things." Queen actually said something unbelievable, or that was very hard to believe. So Alice is saying that there's no use trying. It's futile trying, because one can't believe impossible thing. Now see the next line. "I dare say you haven't had much practice," said the Queen. Here a very good word is used, I dare say. I dare say, you will use this word when you are sure about something and you believe that something is true. So Queen believed that she haven't had much practice. Alice didn't practice to see something impossible to be true. Okay. So that's why she is saying, "I dare say you haven't had much practice." Further she says, "When I was your age, I always did it for half an hour a day." That means she practiced to see something impossible as possible, and she practiced it half an hour a day. Then she says, "Why, sometimes I have believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." So the Queen is saying she used to practice it, and before breakfast she used to imagine or believe 6 impossible things that came into her mind. So one good suggestion for you, if you think that something is impossible and you imagine those things, then keep believing in it and keep working towards it, and imagine something like this happening in the future and you will get there. Speaking English fluently, having a good job, having good house, maybe these things are impossible for you. But just imagine those things happening in future and you will get there. Now the next few lines are very motivating. Keep listening. Life is constantly telling us believe. Believing that a miracle could happen at any moment is necessary for our happiness, but also for our protection and to justify our existence. Justify something means prove to be true. We have to believe that miracles can happen and it can happen at any moment. So this could be a cause for your happiness and could keep you going. The next few lines says, in today's world, many people think it is impossible to do away with poverty, to bring about a just society, and to lessen the religious tension that appears to be growing each day. Here a phrase is used, do away. Do away means to get rid of something, to put an end to something. So whenever you want to say something like this, you can say do away with something. Here they have used to do away with poverty. So it sometimes feels impossible to get rid of poverty, but it is possible. Then we want a just society. That means for everybody it is fair. The things are reasonable for everyone. But a just society, to bring that just society is impossible for some. To lessen the religious tension. Lessen means to reduce. The word has come from less to lessen. Okay? And this lesson and this lesson are different. Hope you know the difference between these two. Now we know that many religions fight with each other and the religious tension grows by each day. So we think it's impossible to lessen the religious tension, but it is not so. It is possible. Hope you got these lines clearly. Now the other line says, most people avoid the struggle for the most diverse of reasons. For example, conformism, age, a sense of ridiculous, a feeling of impotence. Now here let me first tell you the meaning of conformism. To conform with something means to abide by the rules, regulations, or to obey the rules. And ridiculous means, here it means to ridicule someone, to make fun of someone, or to make mockery. Now impotence. Impotence is the feeling of helplessness. When you are not able to take right decisions, when you feel that you are helpless, then you can say this word or use this word impotence. So the line says that most people avoid the struggle because of diverse reasons. That means there are many reasons they avoid the struggle, and maybe it's because of age, it's because of the rules they have to follow when they live in a community, and they feel that they will be ridiculed. Fear being mocked at if they take any action, or the feeling of impotence because they feel helpless and they feel that they can't take any right decision. We see our fellow human beings being treated unjustly and we say nothing. I'm not going to get involved in fights unnecessarily is the excuse given. Here a word is used, fellow human beings. That means human beings with us or around us. So we see our fellow human beings being treated unjustly, unfairly, and we say nothing, we do nothing. I'm not going to get involved in fights unnecessarily. So this is the excuse that we give. So I think it is clear to you. Now the other line says, this is the attitude of coward. Coward means who is fearful of something. So those who are coward think like this. Now anyone traveling a spiritual path carries with him a code of honor that must be obeyed. The meaning of these lines is that a person who follows the spiritual path or spiritualism has decided some codes or some rules that he follows and he obeys. Now, a voice crying out against wrongdoing is always heard by God. Isn't this a beautiful line? Let me reiterate this line. A voice carrying out against wrongdoing is always heard by God. When you raise your voice against the injustice, God hears that voice, right? If you also believe this, comment me yes in the comment sections. Now here comes another beautiful line. Even so, sometimes we hear the following remark: I live my life believing in dreams and I often do my best to combat injustice, but I always end up disappointed. These lines are quite true because sometimes we feel we always follow the right path, but something bad happens to us. But let's see what author has to say to counter these lines, okay? Now here, combat injustice means to fight against injustice. Combat means fight. Now these lines were simple, hope you understood it. Let's go through the other lines. A warrior of light knows that certain impossible battles nevertheless deserve to be fought, which is why he is not afraid of disappointments. So a warrior of light means a soldier of light. That means a fighter. A warrior is a fighter who fights for light, who fights for hope. And here nevertheless means in spite of every bad things happening, you do something. So a warrior of light knows that certain impossible battles nevertheless deserve to be fought. And that is why he is not afraid of disappointments. For he knows the power of his sword and the strength of his love. He who is not afraid of disappointments and he believes in the power of his sword and the strength of his love, he wins. Then the author says he vehemently rejects those who are incapable of taking decisions and are always trying to shift responsibility for all the bad things that happen in the world onto someone else. Here a word is used vehemently. Here H is silent. You won't pronounce this word or this word as vehemently. It is not vehemently, it's vehemently. Hope you got it. And it means passionately, something done with passion. So he who is not afraid of disappointments, he passionately rejects those people who always try to shift responsibility for the bad things to other person. Okay, so hope you got what the author wants to say. Now the author says, if he does not struggle against what is wrong, even if it seems beyond his strength, he will never find the right road. These lines simply mean that if you want to find the right road or you want to follow the right path, you have to fight the wrong that is happening in the society or that is happening within you. You may find it impossible and beyond your strength, but you have to do it believing that it is achievable. Now let's read out the next paragraph. Arash Hizazi once sent me the following note. Today I got caught in a heavy shower while walking along the street. Fortunately, I had my umbrella and my rain cape. However, both were in the boot of my car, which was parked some way away. Here a good vocabulary is used, that is rain cape. Here you can see the picture. This is a water resistant clothing that people wear. So this is called rain cape. A word is used, boot of my car. So can you guess what is boot? If you are a car lover, then you must be knowing it. So this is the boot of the car, a space where the things are kept. So this is known as boot of the car. Now here he is sharing the experience. He is saying he was caught up in the heavy shower and fortunately he had an umbrella and rain cape, but it was in the boot of the car and which was parked some way away. So what he did was he was running to get them. And the next line says, while I was running to get them, I thought about the strange signal I was receiving from God. We always have the necessary resources to face the storms that life throws at us. But most of the time, those resources are locked up in the depth of our hearts and we waste an enormous amount of time trying to find them. Now let's complete the other two lines, then I'll explain all of them. By the time we have found them, we have already been defeated by adversity. Let us therefore always be prepared, otherwise we either miss an opportunity or lose the battle. The person who was caught in the rain went to get that or grab that things which could save him from the rain, and doing that he was signaled by God that whatever difficulties come into our lives, God has already given the strength. We have already the strength to fight with them. We always have the necessary resources to face the storms that life throws at us. But most of the time, those resources are locked up in the depth of our hearts. So somewhere deep down we know that we have the solution, or we have that courage to fight those difficulties. But we try to find it somewhere else, and we waste enormous amount of time in doing that. And by the time we have found them, we have already been defeated by the adversity. Adversity means the difficult situation, unpleasant situation that life throws at us. Suppose you find difficulty in speaking, or you don't get words to speak. But you know, with practice, you will get there, and you will have that confidence to speak. And you will get the proper words with time. But what you do is, you just don't believe that it could happen. And the solution is in your hearts, in your mind, but you look for the solution somewhere else. So this is what the author wants to say, that we have that courage to face those problems with confidence, but we think we don't have, and we don't try to understand this fact that the solution or the courage is within us. Okay? Let us therefore always be prepared, otherwise we either miss an opportunity or lose the battle. Last lines are so beautiful. Author wants to say, let us always be prepared for any adversity, any difficulty that life throws at us. Okay? Otherwise, we may miss the opportunity, or we may lose the battle. Hope you like the story. Hope you like the lesson taught in the story. And whatever new words you got to know today, just make a sentence out of it and comment me in the comment sections. And yes, believe in the impossible. Believe that you can achieve whatever you want. Even if it seems impossible right now, it would be possible in the future. So don't stop believing, never stop believing, keep believing, and be confident and fearless that you can achieve the impossible. If you like the video, share it to others, share the story to others, keep motivating others. Don't stop speaking. One day you will be a fluent speaker. One day you will achieve whatever you want to achieve. No matter how difficult it seems to you right now, it will be possible. And if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get the notifications timely. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy till we meet next time with a new and interesting lesson. Thank you so much.